Greetings and salutations! Welcome to the Grand Circus. I'm Bajongles. If you like my stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me over on Twitch at Bajongles1, where I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I would much appreciate a follow there. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on my socials, both at Big1 username Bajongles on Bluesky and Tumblr. Much appreciated. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Don't mind me while I get some water. Today we are continuing on the piece involving Higuma punting Luffy into the ocean. What would you do if there was a child right in front of you? Kick! uh, and I tried to avoid doing as much like off camera as possible because I wanted to keep y'all coming along the journey, but I couldn't help but make a tiny bit of progress earlier today. So I drew a little bit of the boat. There we go. Otherwise, music is taken care of. Very good. Also, I was playing some more Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga this morning. Just on my own personal, like, non-stream save. And I 100%ed, I 100%ed, Mos Espa. And so now I know, like, what things need what. Which means I generally speaking know how much I'm able to complete of that area before having to continue with like the rest of the story. So there are some things where I'm going to need a scavenger, which I can get a sand person, you know, a Tuscan Raider. I can get one of them in episode 4. And they're a scavenger. I can get one, being an Ewok, in episode 6, and then I can get Rey, in like episode 7, Force Awakens Rey. And so there are 2 Kyber crystals that I'm gonna need to wait until at least episode 4 in Mos Espa to actually take care of. And then there is the final, or not the final, but like a character being Watto, and like what's probably going to be the final Kyber crystal we take care of in Mos Espa requires going to 3 planets that are introduced in Force Awakens. And so that's not going to be until episode 7. Is like one of them, one of the places we need to go for that crystal is Coruscant, which we have access to now. But we need to go to like the planet with Maz's castle, and we need to go to that one Jakku village. From like the very beginning of episode 7. And so 2 of the 3 things we cannot do to get that Kyber crystal and that. So as of now on in Mos Espa specifically, there are 3 crystal like Kyber bricks we cannot get. And obviously none of the other stuff on Tatooine we can do until, like, episode 4. A New Hope. So that can be taken care of. There's some stuff where you need to go to the Uskru district, which won't become available until episode 2. But episode 2 gives us access to a bounty hunter, which means we can unlock some more stuff on, like, Naboo, in regards to, like, 100%ing the levels. And, like, getting some Kyber bricks, like, in the Gungan city. We will need to get our hands on, like, a battle droid or something, which is in the Coruscant Financial District somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. And then that'll allow us to get through silver stuff. Which means after those two, because, like, villain and bounty hunter, after those two, a lot opens up for us. Like, a lot opens up for us. And so, like, in the immediate, like, next time, is gonna be, like, we're gonna go for getting a villain. Like, by next time, I mean, like, this week's, Sunday stream. Is getting that battle droid, or, like, at least some villain, character, in order to get their grenades so we can blow up all the silver stuff that we need. And, you know, just to complete all that stuff. And then just sort of completing everything we can. Because we're gonna get a Jango Fett in episode 2. Which is gonna have to wait until next block. Which y'all will be able to vote on when the time comes. Which is spectabulous. Also, to those who wanted to join in on Multiplayer Monday, yesterday, I was on. I apologize. It took over an hour between class ending and getting back home. So, yikes. That should not be a problem, this upcoming week. All that being said, some of that is stuff we will worry about when the time comes. Oh, what else do I have access to? I forget exactly everything I have access to. I evolved Naboo. Yeah, I have all of Naboo that I can access. I have Mos Espa Tatooine. And I have Coruscant. Like the first area, the federal district, financial district, whatever it is. And so, like I said, those are going to be the areas we're going to try and get as much as possible on. There are also some data cards, which I don't know how to get. But we will be obtaining, because I would like a stud multiplier as soon as possible. That being said, the funny whooshing noise and the pew pew, like, blaster noises were 100% worth it. I regret absolutely nothing. El Bozo. Why do we say El Bozo? Bozo was cool. Bozo is an inspiration to multiple generations. And, yeah, that's not important. But yeah, no, all that being said, that is a Sunday problem to be dealt with on Sunday. Today is art time. Today is One Piece fan art. Today is the day that we art the fan. I'm doing what the Lord intended, and I'm eyeballing this shit. Also, I hate to say it. I hate to say it with the Lego Star Wars. But the original trilogy content is my absolute favorite in the entire game. And that's not shade towards the prequels stuff, because the prequels and like the Clone Wars is my favorite era of Star Wars. The artistic direction, the characters, the political intrigue once you get past like the bad the dialogue is bad. But like once you get past that, it's so interesting. It is endlessly interesting, and I like it. I like it. It's very good. Doing the Mad Dummy music reminded me. TS swap game jokes. Have you updated yet? It seems that they've done some stuff on Demo V 2.0, which is the old one. Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm pausing on the art for a bit because I want, as soon as there's a Demo V3, I will be doing a stream for that because I want I like Undertale. I like Undertale. I like Deltarune. Reading the post. Oh, it's pushing me over to Blue Sky. Okay. Oh, there was a name Easter egg in TS Underswap for Shay, and all this stuff with Shay is going on right now. Right. Let's see, the changes 23 days ago, which I have not checked, I don't think. Howdy, the changes in this version, 2.0.10 include, updated community Italian localization, removed Herobrine, well that's good. I'm glad Herobrine's not in Team Switch's Underswap. demo V2 .0.10. I was worried. I was worried for a moment. If you missed it, Undertale's 10th anniversary. We celebrated Undertale's 10th anniversary by showcasing our demo 3.0's Random Encounters Molder. It's fun. It's a really fun design. You'll have to wait to see either for yourself or whenever it comes out and I play it. I'll probably play it ahead of time just to finish it and then stream it 100%. Like I did with like the last 2 areas of the game. We originally planned to have a longer Crystal Mines teaser, but needed more time to get everything polished enough for us to showcase. One of the benefits of us taking more time is being able to further refine aspects we hadn't originally intended to. And although we still need to figure out which content we want to avoid showing off, as to avoid too many spoilers, we'll post this once it's ready. Development has been going slowly overall since everyone has been pretty busy with their own lives. Despite this, we're still planning to release a demo 2.1.0 update with the new Boogeymen dialogue portraits and battle sprites, as well as the new versions of Countdown and Boogie Beatdown. Oh. Okay. Besides finishing the music tracks, all we have to do is polish and fix some issues with the battle sprites implementation. And then manually backport everything from the V3.0 Plus branch to V2.0. Remember to follow us on Bluesky and join our Discord. That is a good idea. Follow their Bluesky and join their Discord. On Bluesky, their team switched. Go follow them. They're doing good work. To receive more informal updates regarding development or notices about upcoming progress reports. Well, boy, if that's not intriguing. Okay, let me okay, there's the Molder stuff. Sick. Anna, go check out Team Switched. And with that, I will now continue the art because that was me reminding myself to check up on the progress of that. It's good to support artists that you enjoy. Especially since they're doing this for fucking free. I mean, it's a fan game, so they can't really legally have it be, you know, money. Like, they can't make it cost money legally. I mean, I'd buy it if they could, but they can't. And in a way, I'm kind of thankful because it's peak content. But I need to edit some shit. I'll edit stuff once this term in college is done. We're nearing the end-ish of this current term, so like, well, and after that, I believe I'll have a month. To just like get in the weeds with catching up on everything. Which also includes more thumbnail art. Which I'm pretty excited about. I have the raw recordings of everything. I just need to like actually sit down and edit and thumbnail and release. It would be fun to do a like once everything's done, do like a proper like debut video. But it's not like I've been keeping the new designs for everything a secret, right? Like I've been trying to make sure to have all y'all be like, you know, along for the ride, sort of become a part of the entire experience. I mean, you will become one with the circus. Like that's the whole thing, right? That's the whole bit. That's why in the new like just chatting screen, like you know, background art, all the figures are being held down by me. I'm holding them down. I'm holding y'all hostage. That's the bit. Like in reality, y'all are fully able to come and go like as you please because like everybody's welcome here, right? Like everybody's welcome here if they want to be here. That's the deal. I messed up a little bit. I have made a severe and continual lapse in judgment. The court mage making an apology video. I have made a severe and continual lapse in my judgment. The court mage pulls out a ukulele. He's pulling his ukulele out. You know, I really hope that the stuff with Shay is not real, but I highly doubt that it's fake, you know? Like, I'm holding out hope that like, I don't have yet another, like, person on the internet that I looked up to be a groomer. Like, how do I put this? If you're somebody who's like into kids, a lot of that is like a weird like brain chemistry psychological shit that's fucked up. That doesn't stop your actions from being your own, you know? A groomer is a groomer, and grooming is fucking awful. I one of my exes was groomed online as a kid, and oh boy, that fucked him up forever. And so there's some stuff that like negatively affected me in that relationship that I don't blame him for, because that shit fucks you up. Yeah, no, I really hope that Shay didn't do that shit, because I looked up to them like as a content creator. Aside from quiet, I'm trying to focus on making this like look good and right. And round objects in perspective are not my strong suit. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is because round objects in perspective is something I need to improve at, like post haste. And a lot of it comes down to not eyeballing it, but it's a lot more difficult to do correctly than like an angle, like a stronger angled object. Do no swag. If I say he's a burglar, then a burglar he is. Okay, and this, not perfect, but perfect is the enemy of good. Gunsmoke, starring James Arness as Matt Dillon. So sometimes I have like old like show intros as like a bit of a vocal stem. I grew up watching Gunsmoke with my grandpa, and I think of it incredibly fondly. Like I think on it with love and remembrance. I've probably seen that entire show like a couple of times now. The parts of that show that are very of its time in the way that, ooh, that's a little racist. And so, like, I can't in good conscience say, it's a completely good and fine show, but it is one I look back fondly on watching. Especially since, like, I was watching it with my grandpa, you know? Oh, boy. Da 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 da. Sunday is Star Wars yet again. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Star Wars music fills my heart with so much mirth, whimsy, and joy. Alright, there we go. Star Wars. That looks bad. Do not do that. It looks bad. I have a theory of what to look good. I may or may not be wrong. Because perspective's weird. Perspective is weird. I think people will forgive me for getting it slightly wrong because I am forgiving myself. I forgive myself for my own shortcomings. I hope to get even more media literacy and just general literacy out of spite. You can't read because you're an Undertale fan? Skill issue. Fucking skill issue. Immediately, as soon as I say that, I have a skill issue, but regarding lines. I hate this. I hate that so many people I look up to end up being groomers. Which reminds me, I was watching this video on I forget which channel this was. I'll probably put it up on screen when I manage to like edit this. This is a reminder for me to do so. But there's a series of videos I was watching where they were trying to 100% like Lego, like licensed Traveler's Tales video games in like under insert time here, usually like 12 or 24 hours. And one of them was like, I watched a video on YouTuber downfalls, and I learned that that the best way to not have a YouTuber downfall is to not be a groomer. And look at Germa. I really hope this ages well. Please, Germa, don't do this to me. Germa's not even a YouTuber, he's a streamer, but still, the same thing applies. Burn, please. Please be good. Okay. One Piece. One Piece and Star Wars. One Piece and Star Wars. Autism time. The years on Vong are a little stupid, but they're better than most of Disney. Listen, I don't want Disney to integrate a lot of Star Wars Legends stuff into their canon because they're mid. Andor does give me hope, but I'm also worried because Disney's doing the whole AI slop thing. Do not give them your money. Hybrid all of their shit all the time, forever until they die. That is a better way to support their artists than paying for the stuff. Which is fucked up. I only pirate stuff that I feel morally okay with pirating. Like, for instance, I want to play the Rayman, like the 21st century 2D Rayman games, Origins and Legends. I have already spent full price money on both of those games multiple times. I have already paid for those games. I paid for Origins on the Wii and on the Xbox 360. And I had Rayman Legends on, again, the Xbox 360 and the Wii U. That was at my dad's house, and I would lose that because he pawned it for cigarette money, but that's not important. I still had it. So like at this point, because they're games that I have already like gotten and paid for, some point in my life, I feel justified in that. But with games, for instance, let's say Deltarune, I'm not gonna pirate that shit. Deltarune and Toby Fox deserve the money. Like Toby Fox and the entire Deltarune team fully deserve the money, right? And I feel personally that I would be in the wrong for like not giving them that money for the thing that they're giving me, which is a great time. And also Ubisoft like sucks mad taint as a company. I don't know, I'm a little bit chaotic, like talking about D&D alignments like they're real, but I don't really like when people do that and put themselves into those camps, usually. So I just did that, and I don't like that I just did that. Morality is complicated and often contradictory, and even like sometimes it's a case-by-case basis where something is good in one circumstance and not good in the other, even though there are general commonalities of what is good and what is bad, again with some context and nuance. Like, objective good and evil is hard to parse. However, I can firmly say that Nazis are as close to objectively evil as you can get on this planet. Like, their false ideology, their stupid bullshit makes no sense. Because it's evil. It like the best way I can describe it is that it's evil for the sake of being evil. Is it doesn't improve anybody's like material conditions. It doesn't like you know it doesn't, how do I put this? It doesn't contribute to a society, as we are a social species. It is a nonsense ideology that is, as far as I can fucking tell, evil for the sake of being evil. And the people that ascribe themselves to it are inferior objectively. Thank you for the buffer at the perfect time. Alright, let me... There we go. Okay. Like, it's not very often where I think less of somebody because of something like beliefs or like anything like that. I have learned over the past 10 years in this country that there are people who are just bad. There is... There are like actually objectively evil people on this planet. Now, what that means is there has to be people who are objectively good on this planet as well, because you can't just have evil, right? Like, you need to have people that, you have to have contrast, like, context and nuance. And I think what people, like, some people get, like, stuck in their mind is like, oh, if there's good and there's bad, that means everybody's either good or bad, and that's not the case. It's a bimodal spectrum, right? Like, sometimes people just hate you. How does this boat work? How does the bottom of this boat work? I'm not convinced it does. How does time work? Because I'm not convinced it does. Big D from Hunt to the Parenting is a very interesting character, and I relate a lot to him, especially after episode 5.2, with like the world is bad, do you understand? Like that whole speech about how, like, it's our job to make it better, sometimes kicking and screaming. Like, well, sometimes we have to drag the world into a better future, kicking and screaming. Right? Wait, like, I I was doing some like that volunteer work at that farm, and there were some people who were like, I am around the fire, because like we started like a campfire because it was cold. At some point, I helped get the wood for that. I don't like lighting fires, so I'm glad I wasn't a part of the group of people that actually like started them. But like they were like, gosh, yeah, manifest. Just think about what you want and it'll happen. It's like that's not how it works. You have to like grab hold of the reins of fate and make what you want happen. You have to be the change you want to see in the world. Love is not just a feeling that you have. Love is work. Love is a constant task. It is one of Heracles' 12 labors, as it were, and it's 100% worthwhile, right? But love is something you have to actively put into the world. And unfortunately, you won't always see it come back around to you. But that doesn't make it any less, like, worth. Doesn't mean it has any less value. It just means sometimes it takes more effort. I'm gonna change some of these line colors to be something else, like, you know, lighter. Like, like Thume, maybe. Ocean foam, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. In the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land, ocean sands. I'm gonna change up my vector of approach a little bit on this. Vector! Direction and magnitude. Oh yeah! I decided that this would be better as like calmer ripples, so that it would contrast nicely with what I'm gonna do with all the water that's being like messed up because not messed up, uh oh all disturbed by the Lord of the Coast. Ocean stand, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip, ocean man. I think that is fine. This is, maybe, perhaps. Perhaps it may be, decent. Ocean man. I'm so glad I did this on separate layers because... Bam. Well, if I do it there, then I can still have some of the shoe show up, which means that drawing it wasn't a waste. And also shows that the actual, like, bottom of the boat is, like, out of reach of the camera, but it's not too far down. At least that's my thought process. Will it be that way in practice? We'll have to wait and see, folks. Some of this does involve shaving back the stuff that I've done just to make it feel a little better. I hope I'm not yapping too much for y'all's enjoyment. I don't want to have too much dead air, but I also don't want to have it be like a constant talking. Because it is the truth that some people want to treat streams as like a more of a live podcast, something you can listen to and relax, and that is completely valid. That is something I do as well. That is not a judgment thing. That is a state of fact that sometimes that's what people want out of a stream. And so I want to keep it in mind while not letting it sort of like consume the entirety of like what I do here. Oh man. Okay, I feel like overall this piece may take like a month total, which means that we're already within that month. I don't know what amazes me about this. Um, is that I would say this art piece is not taking me all that much longer than like the how is it the Goldie Roger or like the Shanks art piece, even though this is a like objectively speaking very ambitious like in comparison, because it's like background shading, lighting, a full scene with like multiple figures within it. And it's coming along nicely. I'm very happy with myself. I hope. I'm gonna make this the floor. Is if you look at it based on where he is, that makes sense for it to be like the floor of the boat. It's boat floor time. The tote on the boat. Aha! Aha! I'm super cool and awesome and epic. Because art is super fun. I like to draw all my funny pirates. They make me go hee hee hoo. I meet you all on God's golden shore. Better. I never expect to see you again. And there we go. Oh, here we are. Wait, no, let's not do that. Because that's not in the original. I meet you on a go show. Line art. There we go. He is so enthusiastic about throwing this child. Ah, goodbye, child. Goodbye, child. I hate you. Stupid idiot. Stupid idiota. Okay, this is another sketch layer for the Lord of the Coast. Because all the other line art for like the figures is taken care of now. I'll meet you home on Golden Shore. That is a character voice I need to use more often. Hi, yeah, there. Oh, hi there. I'm just a little guy. Just a little guy. Idaho. I need to work on doing like higher pitches more consistently. Oh, how interesting. First of all, I am Vegeta. Second of all, you're not Vegeta. Third of all, you want to be Vegeta, but you can't be Vegeta because I am Vegeta. The Prince of all Saiyans, Kakarot. Kakarot, this cancer thing is pretty strong. Cancer is terrifying. I never want to have it. There is a family history of it, and that scares me. None of this perspective is perfect, and you should not treat it as such, as I don't know what I'm doing either. Why does my leg still hurt? It's been 3 days. It's been multiple days. I did the work on Saturday. And it's Monday now. Alright, my headphones have died. And my phone is at 100%. Which means I can disconnect my phone from the charger and connect my headphones. And now they will be charged. Isn't nature beautiful, Gordon? Here's my stylus. Alright, there we go. You know what I can actually do? Frame manager. And then volume on, so I can still hear myself. Ah, magic! Magic. Isn't it beautiful, Gordon? Okay, you're pretty loud on my end music. Okay, I'm gonna turn that up there. Alright. And then turn that down. And... I don't know how that sounds, but it should be sounding good. Maybe. We'll see how that works. Okay, so your top teeth are mostly the same-ish. And then your bottom teeth jet out like this. Okay. There's gonna be some variation for obvious reasons, as I am a human being and thus not perfect. But that is what makes this art worthwhile. And in fact, all art worthwhile is that no human is perfect. Everybody has their own perspective and what they find to be important to signify, and like what they find is important to bring into the world. And for me, it's my pure and unfiltered One Piece-tism. You cannot tell me that a neurotypical person would be doing a One Piece like fan art series where they do every single named character in One Piece in order. I'm avoiding people that have only showed up by name in SBS posts by Oda. And also like characters that are anime exclusive. Maybe. I might do anime like only characters as well. I'm not sure about that yet though. I'll have to see how I feel when we get there. Okay, good. Ow. Ow. I figured out what was causing my stomach issues the last not was it last stream or was it Thursday? I forget. No, it was Sunday. It was Sunday. I had eaten pecan pie. Now I have to finish up the pecan pie, so I have some next to me right now. But I know it's gonna affect me negatively. For those who don't know, a pecan is a type of nut. And it can be pronounced in generally 3 ways. Pecan, pecan, and pecan. Like shortening it even more to pecan. And I say pecan. Yeah, I say pecan. I think. I do a mix of like pecan and pecan. Because pecan, like pecan, I'm trying to say it the way I hear it, it's hard. Is harder for me to say personally. And I'm doing my best to like not judge people for how they pronounce things. Because it's kind of not their fault. And also English is weird and there's no right way to do things. People try to say there's a right and wrong way to do things, and then people who are doing it a perfectly valid way that is considered quote unquote wrong get upset because, like, of course they would. They're doing it not wrong. There we go. And then, like, a medium-sized one. And then a larger one. And then I believe small. There we go. Okay. This one in particular actually needs to be a bit longer, I think. Wow. There we go. I lowered it a little bit because I'm just checking out the audio volume for y'all. Because my phone died, I can't exactly hear things in the a crispy creamest of volume or of quality. Look at the fucking eyeliner. Fuck yeah, work it. Work it, you asshole. Okay, yeah, two bigger ones and then small ones here that sort of jut out. And these are mostly the same-ish size. Okay, and I think there should be smaller teeth in these smaller gaps. Amazing. Amazing commentary, Bajongles. Very cool. Much of these teeth will be covered up by splashing water, but that is fine. We need to do what's underneath first before we can erase it. Smaller teeth, smaller teeth, smaller teeth. The teeth are slowly being filled in, and why this is important is because the teeth are probably going to be the hardest part to get right. Besides the boat. once I have the teeth taken care of, plus like cleaning up some of the other stuff to make it fit a little bit better, then I can move on to doing the line art uh for this bastard. And then once that's taken care of, I can start on the shading. I'm probably gonna also have to do line art and stuff for the water. And so I'm gonna see if I can do that today. So that like next week we could start on all that good shading. I don't know why I got reminded of this, but I think I figured out what superpower I would want. So I would like the ability to be good at everything I try. However, it's still everything I do still takes the actual effort of doing it. Because I like the effort that goes into making things. I like the time it takes to do stuff. It feels nice. But being able to like, for instance, being able to do a particularly tough like object in perspective, but still obviously having to take the time to actually draw it would be nice. Is part of the fun of art for me is the time that goes into making things. That looks too white as a tooth. That tooth is too white. Although I guess I'll 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 get there eventually, anyways. So it's not really a superpower. It's not really a superpower, Sven. Okay, this. Holy fuck, Lois, there's some of the teeth. That's a quarter of the teeth. Over a quarter of the teeth done, Lois. Holy fuck. Eh. Alright, already we'll all float on, even if things end up a bit too heavy, we'll all float on. I'll float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, even if things end up a bit too heavy, we'll all float on. I drove my car into a cop car the other day. He just laughed it off, sometimes life's okay. I left my mouth off a bit too much, oh what did I say? Oh, she just laughed it off and it was all okay. And we'll all float on, float on. Nothing else that I like will get out of my mouth a bit too much. Oh, what did I say? You just laughed it off, it was all okay. Lord of the coast is veiny like a dick. And I'll float on, alright, already. Do not look at the illness behind the curtain. Okay, take care of it. Okay. This tooth should go. Okay, so the front of this tooth should be there. Yeah, if that tooth is there, then this tooth. Trust me, this is very useful. Alex the Lion, what the hell are you doing in my car? I am here because you are fucking awesome. I could probably cheat a little with these teeth here because they're at a weird angle. They could be your angle or your devolved. Choose wisely. I'll float on, alright. Already will I'll float on everything. And I have it to hit me head. Alright. I'll float on. Alright, already lost, I don't even think. Alright. I'll float on. You know, I could have done all this before shrinking the canvas. And then I could make all the teeth follow, like, towards the horizon line. Right? Like, I could do that. I could have done that. But now I can't. And so now we live in the world that we live in. And I need to have you not snap to whatever the fuck you're snapping to. I want you to look at the place where the cursor is and where the line ends. Stop snapping. I need something that is in the middle of that. Fuck you, Todd. That is a reference to Onyx the Fortuitous. That movie is dumb, and I love it so much. Fuck you, Todd. Alrighty, so there's that. This is useful to me, don't you worry. You better not snap to grid again. If you snap to grid, I'm gonna snap your neck. Steven, stealing, taking what's not yours, taking what's not yours, taking what's not yours. That's Steven. Stealing, taking what's not yours. Steven, taking what's not yours. I need to make a character named Steven. There he is, Steven. Eating a pie. That's not what he's doing. That's what I'm doing. Jungle's gonna tell you that the bird is a word about bird. My bird's a word. Did you know about the bird? You get a shiny quarter. Peter Griffin, my worst rival. Holy fuck, it's Baldy from Baldy's Basics. Holy fuck, I'm balding. This fucking eel has so many teeth. Once I have the sketch down, I don't need to worry about the teeth anymore.
The teeth will be the least of your worries. In New York City? Thank goodness you're ill. I'm losing my Matt Berry. I need to watch more of What We Do in the Shadows. Did you know that I am in that show? It is super cool. Thank goodness you're ill. I want to play that game so bad. Like I've heard that game is a solid 3 hours, and so that would be a very good like single stream game. Thank goodness you're okay. So speaking of single stream game, depending on how fast 100%ing uh as much as I can, or like completing as much as I can of episode 1 Phantom Menace, like if that doesn't take like very much time, or like if it doesn't take very much longer, I may do like a singular stream of Portal 1 and 2 again. Like I want to do more Portal. I love Portal.
Oh boy. He's like, I absolutely adore Portal. I could also do a stream of like trying out Portal Stories Mel. Or trying out, like I haven't been playing it off and on for a bit now. But you know, playing that would be cool. When the moon hits your eye. Okay, these compound, so I need to make sure that they don't compound too much. You know, Reggie's wife could learn a thing or two. My wife could learn a thing or two. The bird watcher that's just like, I'm looking for tits. Or finches, I'm not picky. I'm on his eye, how the hell I'm giving myself permission to move these upward. Also squish them down. Oh dear Lord, you made many poor people. Of course, there's no shame in being poor, but it's no great honor either. What shame would it be if I had A small fortune. This big fuck ass eel is gonna eat me, lol, help. Alright. Alright, very good. Very good. Alright. I'm tired, I tell you what. I'll tell you what, boy, I'm tired. I'm tired of kicking your ass. I'm tired that your ass needs kicking, boy. And then this big fucking lad. Cleaning your pipes and fixing the fryer. Any of these teeth will be laying on top of each other, due to perspective. See, this one is bigger than the other one, so I need to make sure that it doesn't, like, completely cover it. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. Bells. When the goon hits your eye with the lead pipe that hurt. That hurt. I said it rains. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. Bells. Oh boy. When the goon and the can stop you from your work, you're a hero. That's a hero. A tiny tooth, it is so small, that's so funny. What's amore? Actually, I don't think this is amore. I don't think The Lord of the Coast is based off of Moray. But it is like kind of obvious. Looking, you know, but like his head actually looks a little more like a crocodile or a spinosaur. Which I have brought up before on stream, like last week, I think. So not exactly a new observation from me. But the fact that I forgot about that until I said it afterwards means that, you know, the further leads me to believe that I may be correct in my vibe feeling. This tooth should be shorter. Oh god, I just realized Shay being a groomer just gives more fuel to the fucking fire with like trans and non-binary people. They're like, see this very popular example of a non-binary person who's also awful? It's like Jenner. You know that lady? Uh, but uh, but like in her case, it's like with trans women, they're like, see what? See, evil, evil, stinky bad. When it's like in reality, it's one person that sucks ass because people are people, you know. Yeah, people are people, and you're not gonna stop people from sucking. You can't stop people from being cool and awesome either. So there's not a monolith, but you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Humans are some of my favorite animals. We are endlessly fascinating. Add some ocean spray, but not the plant. Even though the plant is very pretty, but it's called ocean spray because it looks like ocean spray, not because it lives near water or like near salt water. I hope I'm not being too quiet. I sound very, very quiet on my computer end because I'm not using my good headphones for my computer. That's not true. It's more that like my music volume and my playback volume for my mic are sort of fighting each other. When maybe in reality, on stream for other people, I sound perfectly fine. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It may or may not even be a problem, so I may or may not have to worry about it. And I'm gonna try and go to the not side. The not worry about it so much side of things. You to the town of Afria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one cared to ask his business, no one cared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. I'm going to reactivate my headphones now. It's been a fair amount of time, I believe. Alright, there we go. How do I sound? How am I sounding? Alright, good. The audio from OBS is sounding a lot better than the audio from my computer natively. Alright, this is great. This is great. Nothing. I mean nothing. This okay, this top bit is easier. Okay. Yeah, it's easier to actually like get taken care of. But that doesn't mean it's gonna be a walk in the park. LOC for Lord of Coast. Line art. I believe we can start on that now. Because why not? Unfortunately, I cannot exactly lean in and be the most comfortable while I draw, because that messes with how I'm able to draw lines in the first place. Leaning forward is not uncomfortable. Like, don't get me wrong on that. Alright, there we go. All of this will also become more defined as like shadows come in. This eyeliner is canon. The Lord of the Coast is a bit cunty. They can work it. Da, 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 da. Massive tragedy. I have to make myself write more of the paper because I have to finish it. Really tragic. Now here's the good thing about that. I have no minimum. I have no paper size minimum. Which means as long as I have all the information I want to get in there, like, in and formatted in a good way, then it's fine and good. Behold, behold, himself. Big John. Big John. Basically what I was getting at about having to work on the papers, I might not work on assets today. I may end stream today at 3. He's like, I still want to make good progress on this. Because, like, fuck, obviously, look how good this is turning out. Like, shit. Is great. But also, I have school. I think whenever this happens, but like whenever I finish my major at this school, I may take a bit of like a slightly longer break before going to a new one. Like going to a new major, I mean. Which will give me time to get all the rest of the stuff with stream and shit in order, which will be good. God, and I tell you what, once all the assets that I need to do are done, that gives me room to open up doing commissions. During like the time that normally goes to assets. Because I want to do everything well enough that I won't need to update them for a while. Oh, okay. I apologize, but if you will excuse me for a moment, I will be RB. Just to prove it, let me draw myself smirking so sweetly. There we go. I will return, so sit back, relax, enjoy the music. I will be back in but a moment. I have returned. Hello. I'm testing the music once again. Ah, there we go. Alright. How are things coming in? Okay, I can hear the music in the background. That's good. Let me get rid of myself right here, right now. Because I have returned. Amazeballs. Big news. Behold my boy. My overhead light is not on. No wonder I was feeling so eepy. Alright, that is taken care of. Let me situate my headphones yet again. Alright. Okay. Very, very good. I'm sorry. Hmm. These teeth at the top, not that they don't matter as much, but their particulars are less distinct than, like, the bottom teeth. And so, overall, they should be easier. Yeah, not that. Wait, not that way! Peter Griffin! I'm giving you an F! Oh, fucking sick. You're a sick dog. Holy fuck, I'm gonna die now. Shit. Fuck, Lois,
Uh, oh my god, the Peter is dead. It's a good day to be not dead. The Heavy is dead? Uh, yeah. So you are dead. Oh. It is a good day to be not dead. I cannot wait to play Dispatch and then get into zero romances. Oh boy, my favorite kind of relationships. Some of them have a bit of non-consent in them, and the other one is a rebound. Incredibly great choices, yeah. They're great choices in the video game that make me very happy. Four and four. Okay, that is good. That is the front teeth. That is splendiferous. That is splendiferous, my friend. Hmm. Oh, eh. Electricity. There's this Italian guy that I heard say electricity, and it's just been in my head. Decorum, electricity. Do you think the Pope likes cracking open a cold one and watching the Bears? Actually, no, he hates the Bears, doesn't he? I forget exactly which part of the Midwest he's from. You either love the Bears or you hate the Bears, or the Birds. One, two, three. Three. The funny number. Hmm. Water is so tasty. I'm going to save my work just in case. That is good for me. I think I'm gonna do something that I've started whenever I get to the shading. I'm gonna be doing something that I've started doing lately. Is that having a layer where background to foreground gets darker to lighter, and then adding that to the shading layer, which does the actual shading. And that sort of, I've noticed, helps distinguish segments of the piece while keeping it all cohesive. Speaking of stuff I've been doing lately, on Thursday we'll be getting back to more clown concept art. I'm very happy. Clown platformer. Ah. I also have ideas for other games, but I'm sort of having those quietly be developed in the background as I focus, like, first and foremost on the one that I've set myself out to do, you know? 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 more, with the middle of these 3 being smaller. There we go. And then with the background, I think I'm gonna have the sky be a bit lighter than the ocean, even though, like what I just said about foreground background stuff with the shade of the extra layer where the farther back is darker than more forward. Or I might do that in reverse. Is the sun is gonna be in the back, like here ish. Oh, you know what I could do? Sun is here. The sun is here. You know what? Yeah, maybe not the sun. Well, this size is good. This size is good for the sun in the background. A big reason, big reason. Sun God Luffy. Maybe something like I don't know. I'll get to that. Yeah. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then just sort of do this a little bit. There we go. Yeah, 3 is the big number when it is the tooth. Three is the big number when it is the two. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. Oh boy, oh boy, the boys to boys. Ah, ha da ha ha da da ha da ha da ha da ha da da. Da 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 da. Two can be as bad as one. Okay, and then this one. Is the last one I will draw on this side for this sketch. I actually think I shouldn't show any more teeth on this side. Not that they're not necessarily there, but you know, I'd like to. I'd like to not do teeth like this the entire time. There we go. There we go. I would say that is pretty Gucci. Okay. I wanted to go until 3, but like I don't think I can continue much longer today. I greatly apologize. Oh boy. So what I am going to do is I am going to go to just chatting screen so that I can do the ending reads. I'm not reading this out. By the way, I call it the ending read. This is just off the top of the dome. I've been Bajongles. You can find me over here on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'd much appreciate a follow. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And with that, I will be back here on Twitch Thursday to do more clown game concept art, if you will. And then on Sunday, we'll be working more on Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And so with that, thank you so much for coming. It has been a wonderful time. I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Bye-bye.